G'day. This is Charlie, and I'm coming to you today with your daily dose of business technical inspiration. Yes, I'm changing it up a little, going back to my roots, actually, the things that I really love. I love inspirations. I love business. I love helping businesses. My core strength is my technical knowledge, and I've had a number of people come to me recently and say, we're missing this content. We love the advice you give. We'd love to hear more of it. So here it is. I'm going to actually start doing more of that and less inspiration, just generic inspiration stuff, and actually start to bring it back to what businesses can be doing to help them build their businesses and use technology to build their businesses. It's still going out 8 a.m. every weekday, every day. Yeah, every day of the week, 8 a.m. I'm not going to miss. So let's get on with it. Topic number 230, the importance of a professional website for small businesses. It'll have another title by the time it goes up, I am absolutely sure. But we're going to talk about why you need a website and why it's important. The first thing that I'm going to say is I hear people still say, even in this day and age, oh, it's fine. I'll just use social media. I'll just use my Facebook page, just use my Instagram page. I'll just use my LinkedIn business page. I'm only on Twitter. You can only find me on Twitter. You can absolutely just use those things. Absolutely. You are running a major risk, as so many business owners have found before you, and so many business owners have regretted before you. Now, not every business owner has, but a lot have. And a few years ago, I know a number of businesses that got hit really hard by a change in policy on Facebook that stopped how they were promoting pages. When that happened, they didn't stop the businesses advertising. They didn't stop the businesses using the platform. They just stopped their content going out into people's feeds. And they had to go out and rebuild all of that traffic that they had generated because Facebook decided they wanted to change their model, which they're allowed to do because it's their business. But that doesn't help us as business owners if that's if that's our main focus. So one of the things, let me just keep going on that. The other thing that using these platforms, they're free, they're no cost, theoretically. The other thing that you need to consider is that if they change their policy about what content they're going to allow on their site, and they decide that your content is no longer admissible, I don't care how clean your content is or wholesome your content is, a provider can say, no, we're not going to allow that on our platform any longer, or we're not going to allow businesses of this type on our platform any longer, and they will cut you off literally overnight. Now, I'm also part of forums where I'm seeing people say, they've taken my access from my page away. I can't access my page anymore. Now, maybe they've been hacked. Maybe Meta has done something in the back end so they can't get into their page. Maybe they've just depublished their page. It affects their business because that's where people find them. So with social media and all of these free sites that you can get, I'm really going to recommend that you want to have something that you control, that you control what you put up. Now, there are always restrictions as to what content can and can't be displayed on the internet, and hosting providers themselves have their own set of guidelines. You can choose your hosting provider and be careful what they say you can and can't do. Most of their stuff is around regulations in the countries where you're displaying your content. I just need to put that in there because I don't want it to sound like, oh, it doesn't matter, you can put whatever you want up on a website. No, you can't. There are laws that we have to follow about content that goes up. I'm sure you all know that. But if you have your own website, you own the hosting. Well, you rent the hosting, but it's your hosting. You get access to your content. You can back it up. You can keep complete backups of your website. You can have them sitting there offsite so that if the worst thing happens and you lose access to that hosting provider goes down, the server crashes, whatever, you just don't like the way that hosting provider is doing business anymore, you can get your backup, go to another hosting provider, restore it. That's pretty much it's not as easy as that. For someone like me, it's not much more difficult than that. But That's what you can do. So that's why I think you need to have, one reason why I think as small businesses, we need to be serious about our business, and having our own hosting that we control, that we have access to, that we can get backups of, is really important. Why, though, is having a web presence, and I'm going to use the term web presence as opposed to a website, really important? First impressions. Your web presence is often the first interaction potential customers are going to have with your business. A well laid out professional design, and if you're talking about doing it on social media, you've only got so many things you can do because they dictate your layout, but a well laid out professional design can make a lasting impression and convey trustworthiness to your potential clients. It is also a 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week shop front. That means your customers or your prospects can learn about you, your products and services, your company at their convenience. If you're like me and you are awake at all hours of the morning, like 3 a.m., and like to go and do a little bit of research because I can't sleep, so I might as well be working. Why not? That's perfect for me. I can go and look up a site. I can look up a customer. I can look at this site. I can read about it. I can do it all on my phone, bookmark it, highlight things that I want to follow up later on, put my phone down, go back to sleep. But I've done that at 3 a.m. No one needed to be around for me to be able to do that. A website can also give you a competitive advantage. A well-designed website helps you stand out from competitors, especially if they lack an online presence, or even worse, perhaps a poorly maintained site, something that hasn't been updated in a while. By having a well-designed website, you are going to stand out. You are going to engender not only that trust, but have people go, oh, these people are serious. People expect you to have a web presence in this day and age. I don't care what you do. Everyone is going to go and look for you on the web. Even if it is just a social media page, they want to know about you. They want to be able to look. They want to be able to look you up and find that information. So if you don't have a web presence, you risk losing credibility and absolutely potential customers. A website is also a way to cost effectively market your business. Now, there's a lot around marketing your business online and getting seen and getting in the search engines and all of those things. But at the crux of it, a website is a cost-effective marketing tool. You can provide a platform to showcase your offering, share updates, and engage with customers, theoretically at a fairly low cost. And it can also become a central hub for your information. Your website serves as a central hub for all your business information, including your contact details, products and services, updates, customer testimonials. You can run your e-commerce off of it. You can create a membership site and have courses, sell courses that people come and do. Just have a membership site where people can congregate and interact with each other. So having a website for a small business is really, really important. I think it's really important. I'd love to know what you think. Do you think it's important in this day and age? Do you think it's important? I strongly encourage you to have a website as well as your social media presences. You still need your social media presences. That's a really weird word, isn't it? But the social media is there for you to have initial contact with prospects and then invite them back to your place for a cup of coffee, your website. Have somewhere that is in your control that you can have all of your information. What else did I want to say on that? Yeah, so you still need your social media. That was my main point. You still need your social media, but it shouldn't be your only place where you interact with your people. There was the extra thing. The other thing that your website can do is it can be a 24/7 lead magnet for you. If you get it set up right, if you come talk to a company like mine, we will help you to design a lead capture process so that as people come in, you can get their email addresses, you can get their names, their emails addresses. If you want their phone numbers, you can get their phone numbers, so you can do SMS campaigns, and then you can encourage them to come back. You can invite them to come back and visit you again. I'm going to cover that in a later episode. That I know I'm going to do lead magnets, But if you want a little bit more information about that, I have done several interviews on this podcast with Callum Armstrong, and he's got some amazing content about a 24/7 lead magnet and how you set it up and the things that you need to consider. So I encourage you to go find those episodes too. All right, guys, what do you think? What do you think about having a website? Do you have a website? Do you like it? Do you find it difficult? What are the things that you're finding about having a website that you like? What do you don't like? What do you wish you never really had to think about? Do you only use social media, and are you getting a little bit worried about only using social media, or are you happy with it? Let me know. Leave some comments on anywhere that you're listening to or watching this. Leave some comments and I will get back to you. Come across to my locals community, askcharlielatham.locals.com. Join the community there for free. You can become a supporter to join in the conversations. As usual, please remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell so you find out when I drop my next piece of content. And I will see you all tomorrow for topic number 231. And I'm going to follow on from this topic, and we're going to talk about website platforms. And you're going to get a bit of Charlieism in there about some of the things that I think about different platforms. All right, guys, see you tomorrow. Bye.